Every time one of my favorite sports starts up, I get super excited. I think, you know what? I'm going to draft a really good team this year in fantasy football, or I'm going to make some really good college football picks. It almost never works out that way. My picks have been trash this weekend so far. I hope your picks have been better than mine, or I hope you didn't listen to me at all. I think I'm 1 for 1 in the 4 that we put out this week, but as you saw, me, Ryan, and Harry put out our picks, and we're going to dive into that. This episode, we're going to dive into some baseball, but as I also teased, you get to meet a new member of the crew. Mikey D is with me tonight, so I'm pumped about that. Episode 5, here we go. All right. All right, we're back. Sunday night has quickly become one of my favorite nights of the week because I get to chat with my dudes about sports. And tonight, you all get to meet the infamous Mikey D. Mike, what's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Living the dream, brother. Living the dream. How are you?
Good, thanks. Glad to be here.
Yes, yes. We are slowly but surely introducing all of the personalities in this league to the podcast, and I am excited about it. Big sports weekend, Mike. Big sports weekend. Lots of baseball, lots of football.
It's the best time of the year. It's the weather's starting to feel like fall. Baseball's in the home stretch. College football,
Yep.
pro football starting up. It's time.
I know, man. I said this, I think I said it last week. Or maybe it was just in a conversation. I don't even remember, but I always like mentally, emotionally, I'll even say emotionally for me. I always bounce between April when baseball's getting started. You've got the Masters, you've got playoff hockey, playoff basketball, um, and October when football is going, college football is going. We're almost to basketball and hockey season. Baseball's winding down. The golf season is winding down. Are you a golfer? Are you a golf fan?
Yeah, I dabble. I pay attention. I watch the Masters and some of the bigger tournaments. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, in my opinion, Masters Week is like the best week ever. Like being able to watch the Masters Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's just epic. It is similar to me to the first week of March Madness when everyone gets their brackets picked and you got those games, Wednesday and Thursday or whenever it is because there's 98 teams in it now. But yeah, Masters Week. So I emotionally I bounce between April and October, but I love September and October. When college football starts back up, man, it is like I get like a new life in me. It just is exciting. I love it. And then the NFL the week after. It's great. Did you watch much football this weekend?
I watched some. I caught some of the Mizzou game.
Yep.
I caught some of Texas Ohio State, like most people did,
Yep.
and I was watching a little bit of the game last night, LSU Clemson,
Sure.
and a little bit of we've got Miami going right now. So
Yeah.
I've been paying attention, keeping
My
tabs.
Yep, Miami and Notre Dame going right now. We got North Carolina tomorrow. We did on the post earlier this week on our social media. We highlighted kind of the marquee games of the week with Texas and Ohio State. Harry and I both picked Texas. Unfortunately, that didn't come to fruition, and I just hate Ohio State so much. I hate them.
I'm
Like,
with you.
dude,
They're not. Yeah, I don't like rooting for them,
I
even if
mean,
the other team is Texas.
I mean, I'm with you, and I agree with most of the people in our league that those are two very unlikable teams. Like I get it. They are. There's just something about Ohio State that
Yeah,
always for me has been like, good Lord, just go away. I don't like the fan base. I don't like the coaches. I like a few of the players that they've had, like James Laurinaitis on defense when he was playing there. He ended up coming to St. Louis and playing for the Rams for a while, and he's a great player. They've obviously had incredible wide receivers. They reload like nobody I've ever seen. Like the program is crazy. I'm just so sick of them though. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. And then to say the Ohio State, it
Yeah,
feels
get out of
pretentious.
here. Get
Pretentious.
out of here. I mean, just because of that, naturally, I was like, nope, I'm a Michigan fan. Like, go blue. Anybody who beats Ohio State, I'm pro. I'm pro that. And I had a family member. He's not close or anything. He probably doesn't even remember me. He ended up actually playing for Michigan, so that was just more of an incentive for me. Yeah, he was the kicker for 4 years before he went to the NFL. Now he's in the NFL kicking, but there's just more of an incentive for me to root against Ohio State. But they got the win. They are the national champions. They played like it. It was a good game. I don't think anyone expected it to be such a defensive battle, but it was good. And then last night, the Clemson LSU game was fantastic. I'm the Harry and Ryan both picked Clemson, and I picked LSU. So Ryan and I are 1-1, and Harry's 0-2 because he had Texas and Clemson. So we'll have to see how Notre Dame Miami ends up, and Belichick's debut tomorrow with North Carolina. But college football starting back up also means that the NFL starts back up, which next week, which means fantasy is upon us. And we had a debacle of a draft last week. It was a crazy week. Half of the audio was not usable from the podcast, so I'm able to scrounge some clips up and things like that. But we auto drafted. It was a disaster. And so we're like, no, we're creating another league and we're drafting again. So we had our auto draft. Everyone hated it. It was terrible. So we got on Sleeper and started another league and did our draft. We did a slow draft, which, me being the fantasy dummy that I am, I didn't even know it was a thing. I had no idea. And so you just have to get it done before the season starts. So it took 2.5 days or something like that. And we got our draft done finally. And I think most people are pretty satisfied with their team.
Yeah, I feel like I reached for a couple picks. I picked at the turn, so
Sure.
it's never easy to watch that many players go off the board before your
Yeah.
back-to-back picks, and it made the slow draft extra slow for me. But
It's
I
it's a
think I did okay.
yeah, it's a tough spot to be in, but at the same time, like in a snake draft, there's no good spot to be in. Like
I know.
it's like, okay, if you're in the middle, you have to wait like how long do you wait an equal amount of time every time? So I guess you can kind of anticipate maybe a little bit, but I wanted to maybe spice things up a little bit in our league this year, and I didn't tell anybody this. And so I got something for our fantasy football league this year, and the winner of our fantasy league is
Dude.
gonna get this bad boy. And I went and bought this ring, and I'm like, all right, we've got something to play for now.
That is so legit, dude.
I
That's
mean,
awesome.
they have it even comes in this nice little case and everything. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, so I'll just have to mail this to whoever wins. But I was like, man, they've got like championship belts, they've got trophies, and we all. I think I said this the first week. We all live in different cities. So Mike's is in Chicago. Russ, me, and Harry are in St. Louis. Ryan is in Nashville. Jeremy's in Chattanooga. Davidson is in Texas, in Dallas. Mark's in Nashville too, right? And Tim's
Hmm.
in New York, and Justin's in Denver. So
Yeah.
it's like, and then we added some guys to the football league. So we're just scattered all over the place. I'm like, I'm not gonna buy like a WWE championship belt, although that was my first instinct. You remember the NWO where they spray painted NWO on it? I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna spray paint HSB on the belt and and send it out. But I'm like, I'm not gonna pay $40 to mail a WWE plastic championship belt to someone. So I went on Amazon, found this guy, and we got a championship ring to play for now. So
That's awesome.
I
That does spice it up a little bit. That
yeah,
adds a little extra incentive.
yep. I thought that would be fun. Um,
Very cool.
so we're gonna get into some baseball in just a minute, but you're a Mizzou guy. You went to Mizzou, and you and Ryan loosely are basically the only guys that I have any agreement with on that. Everyone else just in the chat hates Mizzou, and I do feel like I find myself on the end of the hate of the teams that I root for more than anybody else in our league. Russ called me the punching bag the other day in the chat, and I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong. People hate the Cardinals. People hate the Chiefs. I'm a Chiefs guy, and the Arkansas guys hate Mizzou, and even JD down in Texas is a Dallas Stars fan. Like, he hates the Blues. So I'm like, man, it's like I just can't get any breaks with you guys. But you're a Mizzou guy. You went to Mizzou. You said you caught some of the game? What'd you think of them?
I was impressed with Pribula. I think that's how you say it, the quarterback. I thought, granted, we'll see what he does against some more, stiffer competition. But I mean, what a stat line! 4 touchdowns, almost 400 yards. I mean, he looked athletic. He broke off some good runs. He threw some deep balls. I mean, I thought I didn't know much about him, but he looks like the QB1.
Yeah,
lot to like.
Yeah, he played well, and unfortunately for Sam, he hurt himself. The other quarterback that they were running out there, and he's gonna miss some significant time. And he's more of a baseball guy anyway. He got drafted by the Dodgers, so he'll be fine on his baseball journey. But he was holding out because he wanted to play for Mizzou, because he lost the job to Brady Cook 3 years ago, and never got the chance to start. And so he worked hard, and I feel for the kid. I hope he speedy recovery. But I think we're in good hands with Bo. He came from Penn State. He's the Penn State transfer. So Mizzou is looking good. We got KU on Friday, and thank God we're playing Kansas again. I can't wait I just hope we run over them. Anywho, you are more of a baseball guy, as are a bunch of us in the chat. We are primarily a baseball league. I will say that. We just decided to start this podcast right as football season is getting going. So we've been talking a lot of football, but you're a baseball guy and you're a Yankees guy. And I kind of teased this week with the social media post. You are the most consistent and easily frustrated Yankees fan I've ever met in my life. And it is
accurate.
It is hysterical. So before I start probing the soul of your Yankees fandom and seeing what I can stir up, I have something that I want to do just to encourage you a little bit. I got the ring going. You saw that. This is just for you. Okay.
There it is.
I just wanted to make you feel at home. I wanted to make you feel
good.
Comfy. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And I think I said this a couple weeks ago too. I've decided to set aside my fandom and my merch purchases and just buy logos and hats that I like. And so I got Blue Jays, I got the Royals, I have Chief Wahoo from the Indians, which I think is just one of the best hats, best logos ever. Working on getting an Expos hat. I want to find the throwback Marlins hat too, because I think those original Marlins hats were sick. But to make you feel at home, I got my Yankees gear on tonight. By the way, I'm still a Cardinal guy, so you'll just have to.
I know you are.
And this is, we have to start with the origins of your Yankee fandom, because you're from St. Louis. You're a Mizzou guy, and you hate the Cardinals.
Yeah. So I was raised in St. Louis. I was originally born in New York. I'm sure that a lot of people out there like, who's this fair weather, Midwestern Yankees fan. I was born in New York. That's where most of my family is from, both my parents, and it was never an option. My grandpa on my dad's side was a Yankees fan, born and raised. My dad was born and raised a Yankees fan. So some of my earliest memories are watching Yankees games with my dad growing up in St. Louis, and just following some generational fandom.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, those two franchises in particular, right, are like just the generational fandom that is prevalent in those is pretty popular, and you've experienced it firsthand in St. Louis, and you've experienced it firsthand with your family being Yankee fans. I mean, the two winningest franchises in baseball history, it comes with the territory when you've been around since the 1880s, 1890s. Like that's pretty good. But there's one aspect of your fandom that is the most entertaining for me. I told you before we started, I'm gonna be a little selfish with this chat we're gonna have here. Your hate for Aaron Boone is one of the funniest things I've ever read in a text thread in my life. So talk me through it. Talk me through the Aaron Boone fiasco that goes on in your mind on a daily basis.
Listen, I can't stand the guy. I had my reservations. I mean, to pluck somebody out of the ESPN broadcast booth with no managerial experience and put him in charge of the Yankees is questionable enough. But to have him there for 8 years and then to give him another 2 year extension to have him there for 10 years with nothing to show for it is just mind boggling to me.
And he's made one World Series?
He's made one
Two.
World Series. He's made one World Series.
Okay.
But you could argue that it looks good on the surface, but they had an easy road through the AL Central.
Sure.
Last year, and then we all saw what happened on the biggest stage in the World Series, and I think that that is pretty indicative of an Aaron Boone-led baseball team.
Man, Aaron Boone, Yankees hero to just is that like prevalent throughout Yankees fandom? That view of him?
The feeling that he's not the guy to get the job done, I think it's becoming more mainstream. I think that I was maybe an early adopter and gave Boone maybe the shortest leash, and our buddy Jason McCann, I think, is right there with me. We've been kind of preaching for a change of manager for a while, but I think now it's getting to the point. Judge is getting older. You're wasting some of these players' prime years year after year. It's kind of the same mental errors, sloppy baseball, disappearing on the biggest stage. I think it's the Yankee universe is pretty united. I think in
Sure.
their dislike of Aaron Boone, or at least their agreement that he's not the guy to get the job done.
So what is I mean, I don't follow the Yankees obviously nearly as closely as you do. So what would the holdup be from Steinbrenner for moving on?
Well, they don't really fire managers in the middle of a season. They haven't done that in a very long time. I also think that we're not talking about George Steinbrenner anymore. We're not even talking about Hank Steinbrenner. We're talking about Hal Steinbrenner, and he is not his dad. George would have fired Aaron Boone a long.
Oh, I mean, he was ruthless to the point where like people
Yeah.
hated him for doing what he did, but
Right.
much better baseball guy than the current regime.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the short answer is I think Aaron Boone's managing the team the way that the front office wants him to manage the team. I think he
Which always
is
works out really well.
totally. So when you have to answer to bondholders like Hal Steinbrenner has gone on record as saying, and you've got a good product, not a great product. You're putting, you're competitive every year. You're winning, 85, 90 games a year. You're selling a lot of tickets. You've got a good product, but I don't think the commitment to winning is there. And I think they're content. I think that's the problem, is they're just content.
I see teams or programs in college or whatever, even companies in business. They reach a certain point, they plateau, and they just don't know how to take the next step. And I feel like Aaron Boone might be one of the guys who's like, he's just taking it as far as he can go. When you have supreme talent and a ton of money, eventually you're going to, get to a championship level. Like you just are. And I think the Yankees have been a championship level or caliber team. It's just anyone who argues that the manager doesn't matter in baseball doesn't know baseball, in my opinion, because there's so many decisions, even with the universal DH, even with the new rules and changes and all that stuff and relief pitching and you can't go batter to batter anymore or whatever the rules are. Like managerial decisions matter. And you can manage yourself right out of a series when you only have 7 games. Like you have 7 games, bullpen decisions matter more than ever. And if you push the wrong buttons or make the wrong moves or you lose the confidence of the locker room, those guys just aren't going to play for you. They just aren't.
Yeah. No. I think you could argue. So, I mean, you could argue Joe Girardi was the manager right before Aaron Boone. And if you look at what he did during his tenure, about the same time, World Series win in 2009 against the Phillies. About, I think, the same amount of playoff appearances. But you look at what Girardi did in 2017, the job of the manager is to get the best out of the players that he has, right? I mean, he's not out there fielding the ball. He's not out there executing the pitches. But it's his job to get the team ready to play and to get the team motivated on the biggest stage, right? Girardi had a team in 2017 that made it 1 win away from the World Series, and they lost to the Astros. And the Astros knew what pitches were coming. We know now that they were cheating. And Girardi got fired because he was too tough. He was too tough.
I thought Girardi was a great manager. I wanted the Cardinals to hire him so bad.
I thought he was good. I thought he was a good mix of old school and new school. I thought he was no nonsense, and I thought that he held players accountable when they needed to be held accountable. This like milk and cookies, like all shucks attitude that Aaron Boone has, it's not the New York Yankees, and it's not taking them anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's the Yankees. You can't muddle through with an iconic franchise, as the Cardinals are figuring out right now. They have lost their way. The front office has lost the trust of the fans, and that's why people have, I mean, they haven't given up on the Cardinals, but they've given up going to games. Mm-hmm. Like if you talk to fans, there's a big difference between giving up on the team and giving their money to the organization. Like, no, Cardinals baseball is as close to a religion as you'll find in Major League Baseball, as is the Yankees. And when your organization makes it clear that they're okay with mediocrity, which they have, and I think obviously the Yankees are not mediocre. They're a great team, but they have a guy who doesn't know how to take the next step. And I think that's been made clear time and time again. So in all of your assessments, as funny as I may find them in a moment because someone else's team is sucking and it's not mine, like I agree with you. Like I think Aaron Boone is not the guy to get the Yankees back to a championship.
No, I
just don't see it happening.
No, I don't either. Yeah. And I think a lot of Yankees fans are coming around to that now as well. I mean, you look at the World Series last year. I mean, that series is a good summary of what an Aaron Boone led Yankees team is, right? Horrible fundamentals. Mm-hmm. Just like not really motivated to show up on the biggest stage. Questionable bullpen decisions, which is Boone's problem. Like Game 1, the Yankees were hanging, toe to toe with the Dodgers, and Freddie Freeman was up, and Aaron Boone could have brought in Tim Hill, the lefty specialist. Instead, he brings in Nestor Cortez, who hadn't pitched in months because he was coming off a flexor strain or some kind of significant injury, and Nestor serves up a walk-off home run to Freddie Freeman, and then the series spirals from there, and we don't have to talk about Game 5 because I'm getting some PTSD just thinking about it. When the team just quite literally forgot how to play baseball. I mean, Aaron Judge dropping fly balls, like not covering first base on a routine ground ball to first base. These are the mental errors and mistakes that championship teams don't make. And these are the mental errors and mistakes that if you have a manager like Dave Roberts or AJ Hinch or Alex Cora, who manages circles around Aaron Boone all the time, they may not have as much talent, but I don't see them making those kinds of mistakes as frequently as the Yankees do. And it's embarrassing. It's just embarrassing.
Consistency in the fundamentals, like it, you win in the playoffs if you can pitch and if you are consistent in your fundamentals. Like if you can play defense, if you hit for contact and don't worry about launch angles and all that crap, like get on base. I'll go the money ball route for postseason baseball all day, every day. Get on base. That's what I care about. I want a high on base percentage. I don't give a crap if it's walks or hits or home runs or whatever. Get on base. If you don't get on base, you're not going to score runs. Like you're not gonna work that starter out of a game early. You're not gonna get to their bullpen early. You're not gonna make them tired for the back half of the series. You got to get on base.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, that's a good kind of transition into a thought that I wanted to ask you about this season. As the regular season's winding down, we're coming up on it, right? Right now, the Yankees are 3 back of Toronto. Do they still have a shot at the division, or are you satisfied with a wild card spot?
I think the next 9 days will tell us a lot. I think that the Yankees now they've left Chicago. They had a little softer spot in their schedule. I think coming up over the next 9 days, they play at Houston. They play Toronto at home. They play Boston either at home or on the road. I can't remember. But they have to run through a bunch of teams that are in playoff spots or in playoff contention over the next 9 days.
Yep.
I don't see it. I don't see them winning the division. No, I don't. I think that they'll get a wild card probably, and we'll be lucky if we're hosting a game in the Bronx.
Sure. Yeah, you're at Houston, then Toronto, Detroit come to New York, then you go to Boston, then you go to Minnesota, then you go to Baltimore, then the White Sox are in New York, and you end with Baltimore at home. So,
okay,
Baltimore, 2 winnable series, the White Sox winnable series, Twins winnable series. I mean, they're all winnable, but with Boston, Detroit, Toronto, and Houston, you got playoff teams you're looking at. So,
yeah,
a bit tougher of a stretch. All right, looking at the Central, Detroit pretty much has that wrapped up. KC's 9.5 back right now. I think, if I'm correct, KC's 3 games out of the wild card, so they're not even looking like a wild card team right now. Houston, Seattle still battling it out for the West. The West is pretty competitive with Texas, Houston, and Seattle. Who do you see coming out of there?
It's hard to bet against Houston. I just feel like they're always there. But I like Seattle. I mean, Seattle was a good team.
The moves they made were huge.
Yeah, I thought they had a good, smart trade deadline. They brought back Suarez. They shored up some of the holes that they had with Naylor on the other end of the infield. I like Seattle. I like Seattle.
I think Naylor is like a quiet, scary good pickup.
Yeah.
Because he's just consistently one of the most solid, above average bats in the major leagues. Like he's never going to be like a perennial all-star or anything, but he will consistently get you 20 home runs, 80 RBIs, and hit like 270. Like he's just good, man. He's just solid. He's above average. So I like Seattle, and I like their pitching. Castillo, I picked up Castillo in our fantasy league, and he's been a good pickup for me because the back half of the season he's been a lot more solid than he started a little slow, but he's really picked it up. And Texas is always pretty good. Their pitching is pretty good, pretty solid. So I think they can do some damage. I'm favoring Toronto out of the AL. Overall, I think from my perspective, what I've seen, which again is not a ton, not as much as some people, I think they've been the most consistent with their offense and with their pitching all season long. Like it's not a bunch of highs and a bunch of lows. They're not like up and down. They're just kind of consistent. They're steady. And I feel like if you can be steady and consistent in the playoffs, you have a higher chance of winning than not.
Yeah, you talked about putting the ball in play. That's all Toronto does. They're relentless. They put the ball in play, and they've got just enough pitching. And now, I mean, with Shane Bieber now as part of the staff, I'm with you. I think the AL runs through Detroit or Toronto. Yeah,
Yep. Yep. I agree. I mean, Detroit's really good too. Like they can't be overlooked at all. I'm looking at their stats right now. They're plus 90 in run differential. They haven't scored quite as many runs as Toronto, but they've given up a lot less. So their pitching has been pretty solid. Let's look at the NL real quick. It looks like Philly pretty much has the East wrapped up. Milwaukee's, I mean, we have a month left, but 6.5 games that they have on the Cubs, it's pretty tough to come back in a month. I don't think that's going to happen. And the Dodgers are only 2 ahead of the Padres, so it's the West is the one that's in play, which is surprising to me, given how competitive and mediocre the Central has been altogether all year round. I don't know, man. Don't tell me you like the Dodgers out of the NL.
actually don't. I'll go Padres. I
Yeah,
think you know, not only because I'm still salty over last year, but the Padres. I love what AJ Preller does, and I mean, I get prospect hugging, but I think that can be taken to an extreme.
sure.
And
I think
prospects, you
Mason
just
Miller.
never know.
Right. I think Mason Miller was an
Yeah,
incredible pickup at the deadline.
yeah. They did. They picked up. I mean, they picked up so many guys. I think that team is so deep that in a 7 game series, I mean, I feel like the Padres. I got
Yeah.
to give it to the Padres. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Phillies are scary. The Phillies are always scary.
Mm-hmm.
The run that Milwaukee was on was crazy, but I never trust when it's 13, 14, 15 in a row, when you're talking something like that's not sustainable for anybody. And so that in and of itself does not, for me, move the needle for like, are they going to win in the postseason? Like, I don't, that doesn't, that doesn't do anything for me. The Brewers are really good,
Yeah.
but I don't know that they're going to be able to sustain what they've been doing in the postseason.
It's tough. It's on paper. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, I know that they've got pitching in Peralta and Woodruff is finally healthy, right?
Yeah.
So they've got some pitching, but when you compare that lineup to some of the other NL lineups they're going to go up against in the playoffs, I don't personally see it, but that's why you got to play the games.
Yeah, I mean they have scored a lot of runs, but again, I don't know how sustainable their success is. Truthfully,
Yeah.
I I think the Dodgers are going to burn out. They've been there so many years in a row. Like at some point, they're just going to be tired, right? Like logically, you have to think, okay, you've played more baseball than almost any team in the major leagues over the last 5, 6 years. So at some point, your arms are going to give out, your legs are going to give out. You're just you're going to be worn out. I you know I like what you're saying with the Padres. I think the Padres have been a big a big boost. They gave themselves a big boost at the deadline. It's funny because in the first episode, it was right after the trade deadline, and so me and Ryan and Jason talked about who we like, post trade deadline. Jason said the Padres. Ryan said the Mariners. I said the Mets. And the
Uh,
Mets just tanked. I mean, the bullpen help on paper that they got, I'm like, ooh, they just like really strengthened their bullpen. Um, and they just fell apart after that. Like they picked up Helsley from the Cardinals. He, I don't know where he went. He forgot how to pitch, giving up
mm,
home runs and blowing saves left and right. And they lost like 8 in a row, literally starting that night. Like we were recording the episode, they lost the first game of that 8 game losing streak that they were on, or 7 game losing streak, whatever it was. And I'm like, well, I feel like an idiot. And it just so happens that those idiot tendencies I have went into the football season because my picks just went off the rails this weekend. It was great. I'm like, man, I'm really glad I did not put money down on all that stuff because I would have just been out. All right, so you're liking San Diego and either Detroit or Toronto in the East.
Yeah,
Are you leaning one way or the other, Detroit or Toronto?
I think, man, I've seen a lot more of Toronto just because they're in the AL East.
Division, yeah.
It's yeah, it's hard. It's hard to bet against them. I'll go Toronto. I think Bieber now shores up that pitching staff, and I just think that lineup is going to wear teams down.
When I mean outside of Vlad, which Vlad, I mean he's probably my favorite player in baseball right now. Like he's just
Can't I
he's
can't stand
he's
him.
dude. He's my first baseman. He's on my fantasy team. He's my keeper. So I got to roll with Vlad. Um, again, just solid, just consistent. Like I don't think they're the team that's just going to blow you away, but I think they're the team that's going to you know beat you with consistency.
Yep.
Um, all right, Toronto and San Diego in the World Series. Who you got?
Let's give it to San Diego. I feel like I just
They're
feel like
due.
they go all in.
Yeah.
They just go all in year after year. One of these years, it's got to be their year, right?
Right.
They're deep. I don't know if they've got the pitching to necessarily do it, but let's give it to San Diego.
I think it'd be a good series. I think it'd be a really good series, one that I would love to
Yeah,
watch. I'm gonna go with Toronto. I just I just I'm on their bandwagon. Whatever that means, I'm on it. I'm on it.
yeah. The
Um,
Yankees won't be there. They'll be watching it from their fall foliage tour that Aaron Boone planned a couple months ago. So,
yeah, he's gonna be the tour guide. They're gonna tour all the national parks and
oh yeah,
gonna take him to Gettysburg and
yeah,
all sorts of stuff.
oh yeah.
So I'm in our chat right now. Fantasy playoffs start next week, Mike.
I know they do. I snuck in.
You snuck you snuck in. It looks like you're gonna have the number 4 seed.
Yeah.
Uh, and someone is saying I got the number 1 seed. Someone is saying Ryan got the number 1 seed. I don't think I did. I got to check the scores right now. We're going to do a live update on our fantasy league. Although I tore Harry a new one this week. I beat him 11 to nothing with one tie.
I lost. Yeah, Russ beat me. I think I took one category back, but it wasn't pretty, so I dropped to fourth.
So you went 1-10-1 against Russ this week. Oh, I did take first place.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
McCann beat Ryan and Jeremy 6-5 with one tie. And I was
Wow.
4 games back, 4.5 back. So no, I was 8 games back. Oh, it's gonna be close. I don't think I got it. I think I'm in second. So the standings are gonna be Ryan and Jeremy number 1, me number 2. We get buys next week.
Hmm.
Russ, you, Davidson, and McCann. And then the consolation bracket with, the guys that change their lineup once a season.
Yeah.
Except for Harry.
Yep.
Harry tries. He had a lot of injuries this week.
He did. Yeah.
All right. So I think McCann is going to face Russ, and you are going to face Davidson. I think your team's playing a little bit better than John's.
We'll see. This I gotta tell you, this 5 waiver move cap per week thing has
Yeah.
been tough on me.
You have been the king of the Monday pickups. So we
Yeah.
have a cap on the amount of waiver moves we can make per week, and it's 5. Which, if you face injuries, if your pitching falls apart, can be disastrous because you try to pick up categories, you try to pick up pitchers that are going to get you strikeouts, going to get you quality starts, good whip, whatever. But you run out of picks real quick. You run out of waiver wires real quick. And the kind of the running bit this season has been Mike uses all of his pickups by lunch on Monday because
Oh yeah. I have a problem. I definitely have a problem. It's the Mike Delaquila rule, just like the Steve Cohen tax in baseball. It's this rule was put in place because I'm out of control when it comes to tinkering with my lineup.
I love it. But that's me. It just so happens that this year it worked. This is easily the best team I've ever had, and I am so excited about it. And I should have bought this for baseball, but I didn't. Maybe I'll just wear it until the fantasy football season is over if I end up winning.
You can do that.
The baseball season. But so who do you like in our fantasy league to go all the way?
Man, you have a good team. And I would like to see somebody dethrone Ryan and Jeremy.
I would love to see someone dethrone Ryan and Jeremy. They're two-time champs. We cannot have a three-peat.
Yeah, they draft well. There's two of them managing the same team. It's but I would love to see. I think you have the best shot of taking them down. So
my team is not slowing down very much, which I like, but knock on wood, pray my pitching holds up, because certain pitchers have not been holding up their end of the bargain since I picked them up. Now, I've been able to find a gem here and there, which has helped me out. Like Michael Wacha gave me 2 really good starts tonight. He had an almost 8 ERA. I'm like, it's a good thing I was far enough ahead in ERA that it didn't affect it at all.
Right.
Because Harry's pitchers got blown up too. But I just had one of my relief pitchers go on the IL. I'm like, man, I tried a new strategy this year too. I had 4 relief pitchers in my lineup all the time.
I didn't know that.
Good for the whip, good for the ERA, good for the saves.
Okay.
I was like,
I didn't know that.
Yep, I'm going to stick with 3 or 4 relief pitchers all season, and it worked. I'm like, okay, that's just numerically, that's 3 categories that, I have a higher chance of winning than losing. And so I'm like, I had to change my strategy a little bit because I am the perennial 5th place finisher in our league. And it never fails. Every year, Mike, every year, I go on a run at the end of the season and I'm like, oh, my team's looking good. Man, I'm going to get a win. I'm going to whatever. And I lose in the friggin' first round of the playoffs every year. Every stinking year. I'm like, not this year. I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna gonna fly in the face of my own logic, and it worked out. So
it feels like you got the big mo. It feels like you got momentum on your side this year. It does. Yeah, you might break the streak, and let's dethrone Ryan and Jeremy, please.
I tell you what, convincing people to trade you keeper level players also helps.
Yeah. I could see that.
I got Francisco Lindor in a trade. Brent Rooker, for whatever reason, was available, and I got him. Riley Green has been one of the best draft picks ever for me. He has had a hell of a season.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, I'm looking at the numbers right now. Yeah, 32 home runs, 101 RBI, hitting 269. I'm like, you can hit in the 260s all day if you're putting up 30 and 100.
Yeah.
I've got enough 280, 290, 300 hitters to make up for your your 260 average. But yeah, I'm liking my team, and I always love, like, I kind of consider next week the start of postseason baseball, because by the time our tournament is done or our league is done, actual postseason baseball will be on.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like to, in my own mind, lie to myself and tell me postseason baseball starts this season. Anyway, Mike, any final thoughts about the Yankees baseball, the fantasy draft, the chat?
No, this has been a blast.
I mean, it's fun. What's better than talking sports with your dudes, man?
No, this is great. I've got plenty to say on Aaron Boone, but for my blood pressure and for the sake of keeping this short, I'll save some in the tank for future episodes.
We got to make sure you sleep good tonight. Although we don't have work tomorrow, and I continue to forget that tomorrow's a holiday. I've had to be reminded like 5 times this weekend that I'm not working tomorrow. I'm like,
September 1st.
Thank the good Lord. Anyway. Yeah. Mikey D, appreciate you coming on, man. It's a blast. It's a blast. We need to get you and McCann on here and get some more Yankee rants going on.
I would love that.
Yeah, next time you're able to come on, and we got a lot of postseason baseball to talk, so we're gonna dive more into this. We'll have plenty of time to yell at Aaron Boone via. I mean, he listens to the show, like he's
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I haven't said it. If you guys listen, if you like the show, we want you to be a part of it. We like comments, we like interaction, we like engagement. Follow us on social media: Instagram, Facebook. HSB the podcast is our handle on every platform that we are on. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram are the ones that we're really active on. Follow us there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We do our best to put out fun content for you. We're going to keep talking college football picks coming up. We're going to keep talking fantasy sports as football gets going and fantasy baseball winds down and things like that. We'll keep you up to date. We'll give you updates throughout the season on who's in line to get this beautiful bad boy. Amazon original right here, I think. Honestly, I don't even know the company that made it. I should pay more attention to my purchases. But nevertheless, we got a ring to play for. So appreciate you guys joining us. Mike, thanks for coming on. And we'll see you guys next time. Boop.